Dear students, in the last session of the design of PDA, I had given you 4 problems for solving at home. In today's session, we will be discussing their solution one by one. Now we take our first problem, that is L is equal to a to the power 2n, b to the power n, such that n is greater than or equal to 1. So in this language, number of a's are just the double of the number of b's. So one obvious strategy for this problem may be that we push one a against each pair of a's in the input and then match b's with the a's on the PDS. So corresponding to each pair of A, if we will be pushing only a single A, then the number of A's on the push down store and the number of B's in the input will be exactly equal. So we can match them. So this is our first strategy, and as per this strategy, I have written this solution. So I have started this situation Q0 A Z0, that is the initial situation. I am getting the first A. Now I have to push one A corresponding to each pair of A's. So in the pair for second A, I will be pushing one A. So for the first A, I don't have to push it. Okay, so I have to simply consume this A, and I should remember that I have consumed one A. I have received one A. Okay, so that I will be doing by changing the state from Q0 to Q1, because Z0 I am not changing, so I am maintaining the status of the stack. So I should remember that 1A has been received by changing the state. So that's why I have changed my state to the Q1 here. So result is Q1 Z0. Now I am in the Q1 state, meaning thereby I have read 1A. Then I am getting the second A. So again Z0 is on the top, but I am getting the second A. So Q1 A Z0 in this situation, I will push this A over the push down store. So I will be writing A Z0 here. But I am changing the state as well. Why I am changing the state? Because now I have to again read a pair of A's. Okay, so that pair of A's I will start reading from the state Q0 as I have done earlier. So I will be in the Q0 state, again reading the first A in the pair. So that's why I have changed the state here to Q0. So now I am in the Q0 state, but on the top of the push down store is now A. So against first pair of A's, I have pushed one A over the push down store. So that's why PDS has A as the topmost symbol, and I am in the state Q0. So now situation will be Q0 AA. A is on the top of the push down store, and in the input I am getting the first A of the pair. Okay. So in this situation I don't have to push, because this is the first A in its pair. So I don't have to push it. I have to simply maintain the status of the push down store. So that's why I am writing A here, so that the topmost symbol remain there. Okay. So and I have changed the state to Q1 as I have done earlier. Okay, so I will be in the Q1 state. So being in the Q1 state means okay, I have read first A in its pair. Okay, so now I am in the Q1 state. At the top of the push down store is A, and I am getting the second A in the input. Okay, so I am getting the second A. So this A I have to push. So that's why I will be writing AA here. So 1A to maintain the topmost push down store symbol, and the second A to which I am pushing from the input. And then I have changed to the state Q0, so that I can again, I may be again prepared for getting another pair of A. So in this manner, through these 4 transitions, I will be pushing the required number of A's. So if there are 2n number of A's, so I will be pushing n number of A's there, because I am pushing corresponding to each pair of A's 1A only. Okay. So my pushing work has been completed up till now. Now I will be in the state Q0. Why Q0? Because after completing the pushing, I am again moving to the state Q0. So I will be in the state Q0. There I will be getting my first B. So from where I have to start matching. So Q0 B A will be the situation, because A will be on the top of push down store, B will be in the input, and as it is the first symbol B. So I am matching it corresponding to the topmost push down store symbol. So that's why I will write null here, so that the topmost push down store symbol will be erased. So I have written null here. So, and I have changed my state to the Q2 as per my guideline, because I am changing the operation. From pushing, I have come to the matching. So that's why I have changed the state to the another state, that is Q2. So now I am in the state Q2, getting other B, and at the topmost push down store symbol is A. So I have to do the matching. So simply I will be writing null here, and remain in the Q2 state. So all other B's will be matched with the corresponding A's on the top of the push down store through this particular transition. So if the number of B's and number of A's on the push down store are exactly same, meaning thereby in the input number of A's are double of the number of B's. So I will reach to a situation that all A's which I have pushed over the push down store will be erased, will be popped. And on the top of the push down store, I will be getting only the Z0. Okay. So I am in the Q2 state. On the top of the push down store is Z0 and my input has been exhausted. So I will be taking only a null move. Okay. So Q2 null Z0 in this situation, I will remove this Z0, make my store empty and signal the success through the empty store. So this is the solution corresponding to this particular strategy. Now we come to another strategy for the solution of the same problem. That strategy may be that we push all the A's on PDS and then we remove 2 A's from PDS corresponding to each B in the input. Meaning thereby all the A's will be pushed. So number of A's, as these are double the number of B's. So when we start getting B's, we will match 2 A's on the PDS corresponding to each B. Meaning thereby whenever we are getting one B in the input, we have to remove 2 symbols, 2 A's from the push down store. Now in each transition we can remove only one symbol from the push down store. So we have to look at what technique we will be applying to remove 2 push down store symbol corresponding to each B. Okay, so the solution is simple. Through these 2 transitions I will be pushing all these. These are simple transitions as we have written in all other PDAs also. So Q0 A Z0, so we will be pushing A. So that's why we will not be changing the state Q0 because we have changed the status of the push down store. Okay, so now A is on the top of the push down store and we are in the state Q0. Now Q0 AA will be the situation and then we will be writing here AA. So we will be pushing, we will be maintaining the topmost push down store symbol A through this, and the next A in the input will also be pushed. So we will be writing AA here. So through these 2 transitions, we will be pushing all the A's in our input over the push down store. Okay. So now all the A's has been pushed to the push down store. Now we are in the state Q0 receiving our first B. And then on the top of push down store is A. So what we will do, we have to remove this A. So we will change the state Q1 and null because we are changing the operation. So that's why we have changed the state and we have written null so that we can remove the topmost push down store symbol. So corresponding to our 1B, 1A we have removed. So being in the Q1 state, we have removed 1A corresponding to our input in the B. Okay. So now we are in the Q1 state and the topmost push down store symbol is A. Now we will not take any letter from the input, rather we will take a null move. So Q1 null, whenever we are in the state Q1, we will always take a null move and we will remove the topmost push down store symbol. So that's why I have written null here. So second A has also been removed from the push down store. But now how to remember that 2 A's has been removed? So that's why we will change the state to another state, that is the Q2. So being in the Q2 state means we have removed 2 A's corresponding to 1B from the push down store. Okay. So we have removed 2 A's from the push down store. So now we are in the state Q2 and we are again ready to read one input from the one symbol from the input. Okay. So Q2B there, and or at the topmost push down topmost symbol of the push down store will be A. So we will remove this A. So corresponding to this B, the first A we are removing. So that's why we are writing null. We are removing first A and we are moving to the Q1 state. So that because Q1 state was signaling that we have removed one A corresponding to the B which we are finding in the input. So again in the Q1 state, we will take a null move and we will remove the second and we will again move to the Q2 state. In the Q2 state, we will read another B and we will remove the first A corresponding to that B and again move to the Q1 state. So we will keep on using these 2 transitions and through this, we will be removing 2 A's corresponding to each B in the input. Okay. So if number of A's is exactly the double of the number of B's, so we will always end up in the Q2 state. Okay. We will always end up into the Q2 state, and in the Q2 state, there will be the situation Z0 and our input has been exhausted. So we will take null move. So Q2 null Z0, we will remove this Z0 and we will signal the success through the empty store. So this is this is a solution as per this second strategy. So we may choose any of the strategy which is convenient to us or which comes to our mind first. Now we come to the solution of the second problem. That is L is a to the power I, b to the power j, c to the power k, such that I, j, k are greater than or equal to 1. Meaning thereby A's and B's and C's will come at least once. Okay. And other condition is either I is equal to j or j is equal to k. So any one of these two should be true. So this is the language for which we have to make we have to write our PDA. We will first discuss its strategy. So I will not be discussing the exact solution for this problem. I will be discussing only the strategy with you because we have sufficient practice. We have already done sufficient practice for the solution of such kind of problems. Okay. So the strategy will be, if I rewrite this language, so this language will be a to the power I, b to the power j, c to the power k, such that I, j, k greater than or equal to 1 and I is equal to j. So I have taken the first condition. And union the same language, that is a to the power I, b to the power j, c to the power k, such that I, j, k greater than or equal to 1 and j is equal to k. So in first I have taken I is equal to j, in second I have taken j is equal to k. And my words in the whole language should be either belonging to this condition or belonging to this condition. So that's why I have taken a union of it. And we have already discussed, if we are able to identify that a language is the union of two context-free languages, then we will be writing two PDAs corresponding to the first language and the second language separately. So we will write one PDA corresponding to the first language. Suppose I have written here. So suppose Q is the start state and Z0 is the initial push down state symbol. So I will be writing the required transition. So in this manner, I will be making my PDA 1. Okay. Then similarly for the second language, suppose Q dash is the start state. So Q dash is at 0. So I will be writing the transitions corresponding to this language. And in this manner, I will be making my PDA 2. So I have separately written PDA for the first language and PDA for the second language. And then I have to make a union of them. So for making the union of them, suppose Q0 is the initial state for this whole language, that is the union of these two languages. So Q0 null Z0. So I will be taking a null move from the start situation. And I will either reach to the start state of the first PDA or I will reach to the start state of the second PDA. I will keep maintaining the topmost symbol of the push down store. So it will remain Z0. So if I move to the Q, so I will reach to a situation Q A Z0. So that is the initial situation of the PDA1. If I move to I take this action, so it is Q dash. So I will reach to a situation Q dash A Z0. That is the initial ID of this second PDA. And then I can start the functioning of the corresponding PDA which I am reaching. So in this manner, I can represent the solution of this particular problem. So you follow this strategy and write the solution for it. Now let us come to the next problem, that is L is equal to a to the power I, b to the power j, c to the power k, such that j is equal to I plus k. Meaning thereby the number of b's should be equal to the summation of the number of a's and number of c's. Okay. So j is equal to summation of I plus k. So our words will have the number of b's which are equal to the number of a's plus the number of c's. What will be the strategy for that? In starting, we will be getting a's. So what we will do, we will push all these a's over the push down store. So a's will be pushed over the push down store. Okay. Then we will start getting b's. So corresponding to each b, we will match it with the a which is stored over the push down store. So corresponding to each b, one a from the push down store will be popped. Okay. As the number of b's will be more than the number of a's, so we will be able to pop all the a's from the push down store. So there will be no a remaining over the push down store. There will be only the Z0. So whenever we will reach to the situation Z0, it means that all a's has been popped. Okay. So what we have to do with the remaining b's, as b's are more in number, so there will be still remaining b's in the input. All b's will not be matched with the a's. Okay. So what we have to do with those remaining b's? Those remaining b's we have to push over the PDS. So whenever we finish the matching of b's with the a's, the remaining b's we will push over the push down store. So we'll start pushing operation, and one by one we will be pushing all our B's over the push down store. So all the remaining B's we have pushed over the push down store. So now over the PDS we will be having B's. Then we will start getting C's in the input. Each C will be matched with the corresponding B in the push down store. And if we are able to match fully all the C's with all the B's over the push down store, meaning thereby here our input finishes and in the PDS all the B's will be popped up. So again we will remain with the Z0 only in the PDS. So if such a situation comes, it simply means that number of B's are equal to the number of A's plus the number of C's, and in that case we will signal the success. So this is our strategy. We will push all A's over the PDS and then we will match B's with the A's over the PDS. When A's over the PDS finishes, we will push all the remaining B's in the input over the PDS. Then we will match all the C's with the B's over the PDS. And if the matching is successful, we are left with the Z0, then we will signal the success. So now I wish that you write the transitions corresponding to this strategy. Now we come to the solution of our fourth problem, that is L is equal to A plus B asterisk A, meaning thereby that the language is all words over A and B which ends with an A. Is it? So this is the language, and as we know that this is a regular language. So corresponding to this regular language, we have to write a PDA. Now this example will tell us a general method by which we can convert FA of any regular language to the corresponding PDA. Okay, so because it is a regular language, so it is always possible to write a FA corresponding to it. And here I have written an FA corresponding to this language. You all can understand this FA. This is FA for the language A plus B asterisk A, all words ending with an A. Okay, so if we are in the Q0 state reading a B, we will remain here. And if we are reading an A, then we will move to the QF final state. So that if my word ends here, so it will always be ending in a final state. And if I am in a final state reading an A, I will remain here. And if I am reading a B, I will move away from this final state. I will come to this Q0. So in this manner, this is my FA corresponding to this language. This FA can easily be converted to the state table. Okay, so Q0 on A moves to QF. Q0 on A moves to QF. Q0 on B remains at Q0. Q0 on B remains at Q0. Similarly, QF on A remains at QF. So QF on A remains at QF. QF on B moves to Q0. So QF on B moves to Q0. So now I'm converting this to the transition function. So we can also represent our FAs in the form of a transition function delta. Suppose this transition function delta is Q0 on A. It will tell us corresponding to each state and each input symbol what will be the next state. Okay, so if we are in the state Q0 reading an A, we will move to QF. So Q0 on A, we will move to simply QF. Is it? Then Q0 on B, we will remain at Q0. So delta Q0 B, it is the Q0 only. If you want, you can also convert it from the state table. You just look here. Q0 on A is QF. So Q0 on A is QF. Q0 on B is Q0. Q0 on B is Q0. So in any manner, either from the state table or from the transition diagram itself, you can convert it to the transition function. So I'm writing the next transitions. So QF on A remains to itself. So QF on A is on QF only. Okay. Then QF on B moves to Q0. Then QF on B moves to Q0. So this is my transition function corresponding to this FA. Now I have a method to directly convert this transition function of FA to the transition function of corresponding PDA. What I have to do, I have to simply make a comma and write a Z here, Z0 here, which I may assume as the initial push down store symbol of the my PDA. And similarly, I will write a Z0 here also, put a bracket here, and then put a curly braces. Now you can see that this is the transition of a PDA. If I am in the Q0 state, receiving in the input an A, and at the top of the push down store is Z0, then I will move to the state QF, and I will remain I will keep the status of the push down store as it is. I am not writing anything. I am not removing anything. Okay. Similarly, here also I will write a Z0 here. I will put a Z0 here, put a bracket and then a curly braces. Here also, in the meaning of this PDA transition is, if I am in the Q0 state reading a B and at the top of push down store is Z0, I will remain at the Q0 state and I will maintain the status of push down store as well. So similarly, I will be doing it for all the transitions. So in this manner, I can convert the transition function of my FA or DFA to the transition function of PDA. Is it? Now, how to ensure that this transition function will be working correctly? As we know that for the regular languages, we have an FA. FA does not have any memory except its finite control. Okay, so there is no additional memory. While in PDA, except the finite control of the FA, we are having an additional memory in the form of a push down store, which we use to push certain symbols and pop. So for push and pop operation, we use this particular push down store. Here in case of regular languages, because these are represented, these may be represented through the FA only. So there is no need to push and pop operations to represent these languages. Okay, so we never need a PDS, but as per the nomenclature of our push down automata, we must have a PDS also. So yes, we will be having PDS, but here you can see in all the transitions that we are not actually using the push down store. So push down store status is always Z0. So always there is one symbol on the push down store, that is the Z0. And then we are keeping that status. We are neither making a push operation here, we are not popping anything from the push down store. So only through the change of the state. So Q0 on A moves to QF. Q0 on B remains at Q0. QF on A remains at QF. QF on B moves to Q0. So only through the change of the state, we are representing our language. Okay. So whenever our word finishes, if we end up in a final state, that is the QF, then we say our word is accepted. So the PDA which we are forming in this manner, it is a PDA which accepts the language through the final states. Up to now we were discussing the PDAs which accept the language through the null store, but here if we use this method, we will always make a PDA which accepts the language through the final state. Okay. Suppose we want our PDA to accept the language through the null store. Then always what we have to simply add some more transitions from the final state. So delta QF null Z0. Then we should simply remove, we should write QF null. So we should simply remove the topmost push down store symbol Z0. So because we are not using the push down store, so on the push down store there is one symbol Z0. We will reach in the final state. So whenever we will reach in the final state, if we remove that symbol Z0, we can get that word accepted. So if at that time our input is actually exhausted and we are in a final state, then we can remove the symbol Z0 to accept our strings through the null store. Otherwise, if we do not add such transitions, so we will be accepting our language through the final states. So we can do it by both as we wish. So this is the method by which we can write in general PDA corresponding to every regular language. We can also perform this process with the help of NFAs also. Okay, because our PDAs are also non-deterministic in nature. So this process is applicable to the NFAs also. Okay, but in that case, whenever you have to accept it by null store, there will be certain issues. It can be done with some more complexity. Okay, so normally I will recommend that rather than NFA, you should always use DFA of that particular language for converting it to the PDA. So this is my recommendation. But if you wish, you can also do it with the NFAs also. Thank you.